So my name is Hannah Dachaba, and I'm a brand storyteller slash personal brand strategist. I wear many hats, but what unites and links all of them together is storytelling. Storytelling has been such an amazing part of the whole process, because what you find in the process is in telling their stories, in helping them shape their stories, my clients are able to connect with their target market, but also connect in a way that data cannot do, connect in a way that ads cannot do. This goes beyond the layer of just saying, well, this is who I am, this is what I do. It's more of, this is my journey, this is my story.
You know, there is a difference between a pond and a stream. A pond is a water that doesn't flow out and water doesn't flow into two, and this can very easily describe also society. When a society becomes a pond, is destined to die. Because what makes a society live is the distraction, the things that are coming in. When you see the fish jumping in and it sort of disturbs the equilibrium, then again and it's settled, then that is what is happening.
Storytelling is such a good way to show people who you are, and it really highlights the authenticity that we talk about a lot. In being authentic, in being yourself, you're able to communicate who you are, and people are able to flow with that. And the beautiful thing about storytelling, especially for business, is it does the filtration for you instead of throwing a dice.
Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ewanfoh, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? Do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition, and in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen: academy.aclasses.org/story. Now, this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man, and this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why not take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip. Because whether it is successful or not is going to be based on the agenda that you have set for yourself, the objective that you want to achieve at the end of the day in your storytelling. So this is one of the key difference in business storytelling from I don't want to call it cock and bull storytelling, but the other type of storytelling where you might not necessarily need to have a very clear-cut objective. So I think that is important. But now again, I want to throw it back to us again in the audience. Maybe you are using storytelling in your business. Maybe this is not how you use it. Can you share with us? How do you use it so that other people can also learn from you? I, Obehi, do not know everything. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. All right, so please, could you tell the audience who you are? They really want to learn from you. Please go ahead, Anna.
Thank you so much, Obehi. So my name is Hannah Dachaba, and I'm a brand storyteller slash personal brand strategist. I wear many hats, but what unites and links all of them together is storytelling. And that's why anywhere there's a room for storytelling, send me a message. I will be there, because I have seen the benefit of what it means to, tell stories, but not just to tell stories, to tell good stories that impact. And I love the question that you posed, Obehi, about how do you use storytelling? And that's where I'm going to start today's conversation with, speaking about how I use storytelling in my line of business. So we're working with female entrepreneurs, which is, my niche and people that I work with. Storytelling has been such an amazing part of the whole process, because what you find in the process is, in telling their stories, in helping them shape their stories, my clients are able to connect with their target market, but also connect in a way that data cannot do, connect in a way that ads cannot do. This goes beyond the layer of just saying, well, this is who I am, this is what I do. It's more of, this is my journey, this is my story. And I have seen firsthand how much people love stories, not just because they want to know a bit about you, which is a big part of branding, and what I do, but also it gives them a leeway into who they are. Because everyone I have found on LinkedIn is very much focused on what I do, but storytelling takes it, a step further, and it highlights, who they really are behind all these amazing things that they do, all the credentials, all the certifications that they have. Storytelling brings their true personality to the front. And, in doing that, people are able to connect with them. And so that's why I say to you that storytelling is such a good way to show people who you are. And it's, it really highlights the authenticity that we talk about a lot. In being authentic, in being yourself, you're able to communicate who you are, and people are able to flow with that. And the beautiful thing about storytelling, especially for business, is in doing storytelling for business, you're able to connect with the people who your story connects with. So it does the filtration for you. Instead of, throwing a dice and hoping that it lands somewhere, whoever resonates with your story, you already know these are the people I need to be speaking to. And that's the beauty of storytelling. So when you see us up here speaking about business storytelling, we have seen firsthand how impactful it is and how it's able to connect really quickly compared to your normal content that you see. And that's why storytelling content remains, for me, one of the best ways to effectively reach people on LinkedIn across social media platforms. I've seen it happen on Twitter. I've seen it happen on Instagram. It's a real thing. People love stories because it demasks you. You are not the person. Sometimes people have like a perception about you, and what your storytelling does is to say to them, well, this is who I am, unfiltered. This is my journey. And just like Obehi was saying, there's a process to it. You cannot just put out stories because everyone is putting out stories. That's okay. But when you're doing business storytelling, it's different. You need to first of all realize who you're speaking to. So in writing your stories, you're speaking to your target market in ways that they understand. And I speak about having the language, the lingo that you use, and bringing the language down so that it's understandable. All of these little things tie into what makes business storytelling what it is, and what makes it very impactful, the way that it is, and the way that we can have a room about it. Because if it wasn't impactful, believe me, you wouldn't be here listening. And I'm sure that so many of you listening to us here today, you are interested in realizing, how to navigate business storytelling. But I would like to really touch on measuring the ROI, which is a big part of today's conversation.
Thank you for checking out this video. Are you getting enough value from it? You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. But let's return to the video.
Okay. Major ways to do that, first of all, would be, for me personally, leads, and then we can go to sales conversion and how many people click on the link, if there's a link, and all of that. But one thing that I feel like people don't speak about in regards to ROI is just the impact that you make on people's lives. I don't think you can measure that. I don't think anybody can measure the impact that you have on people's lives. And I think that, to me, that's the most important part of business storytelling. And just depending on how you use the impact that you have, you can in turn that into profit. You can turn the trust that people have, the impact that you have on people's lives, into further profit. There's so much layers to business storytelling, there's so much layers that I would love to get into. But one thing that I would say is always strive for authenticity, always strive for relatability. These are words that are often used a lot, but they're so important to the process. Always strive to be yourself, because there's nobody else like you in the world. Shut out the noise and focus on your business. Focus on the unique part of your business, because every business is different in its right. Don't look at what the next person is saying or doing. Focus on how you're saying what you're saying, and focus on who you are speaking to. Because I would say to you, if you are focusing on other people, there's the tendency to want to communicate the way that they do, and then you lose authenticity in doing that. So please prioritize authenticity in business storytelling. Let your message be clear, let it be straight to the point, but also storytelling is impactful. And to anyone interested in starting out, you have these 3 faces up here that you can contact: Obehi, myself, Annie. And listen, the way that we use storytelling might be different. For Obehi, I know that he's an author. For Annie, he's very into marketing. I'm into branding, but storytelling unites us. And that's the beauty of storytelling. So reach us out, speak to any of us, and we'll be sure to respond. But I'm really itching to hear what everyone else has to say. And listen, you are in the right room. I hope you leave a value. And I wish you all a Happy New Year once again. I'm going to be hanging around. I wanted to say bye, but I'm going to be here.
Yeah, going nowhere. we are in together here, sister. Thank you. That is Hannah Idachaba, and she's the angel for female entrepreneur. Of course, if you are a female entrepreneur and you need help, call her. She will help you to straighten up your brand. That is really very interesting. You see, there are a lot of value in what you said. I learned a lot of things. In fact, that is the beauty of all here talking together. I believe that if I am alone talking, even if I were talking about storytelling, I will look like a pond. You know, there is a difference between a pond and a stream. A pond is a water that doesn't flow out and water doesn't flow into two, and this can very easily describe also society. When a society becomes a pond, is destined to die. Because what makes a society live is the distraction, the things that are coming in. When you see the fish jumping in and it sort of disturbs the equilibrium, then again and it's settled, then that is what is happening. Because as we are talking now, 3 people here in the room, we are getting fresh information coming in. Those fresh information are disturbing a little bit of the equilibrium and resetting it again, and everything is becoming beautiful. That is the way life is supposed to be, so that we can learn from each other. I can lend you my eyes to see what you cannot see, and you can also lend me your eye to see what you cannot see. They are so beautiful. Thank you so much for that, for your sharing, Hannah, and it's really great.